Deep in the forest, where trees leaned over the trails, lived a small family, a mother and her son, a boy named Tim. They loved spending time in the forest, especially on autumn days when the ground was littered with golden leaves and the air was filled with the fresh scent of pines and firs. But one day their usual mushroom-picking trip turned into a nightmare. Mother and Tim set off into the forest at dawn. The sun was just rising above the horizon, and the forest was awakening to the first rays of light. They wandered among the trees, gathering a basket full of juicy mushrooms. But as the sun began to sink low on the horizon, they noticed that they were lost. "Mom, we're going in circles," Tim exclaimed, looking around. Mother tried to stay calm. "Don't worry, dear, we'll find our way home. We just need to go in that direction," she said, pointing towards the southern part of the forest. But the longer they walked, the denser the forest became, and the trails disappeared into bushes and vines. Soon it was dark, and they stopped to rest and consider their next steps. Suddenly, something strange came from the dark depths of the forest. Tim first noticed the red eyes flickering in the darkness like fireflies. He grabbed his mother's hand, feeling fear quicken his heartbeat. "Mom, what are those eyes?" he whispered, swallowing a lump in his throat. Mother pulled him close. "I don't know, dear, but don't worry. We're together, and nothing can harm us," she said soothingly. They decided to move on, hoping to escape the forest before it got too dark. But the red eyes continued to follow them, flickering in the darkness as if they were alive. Hours passed, and the tension in the air grew. They heard rustling in the leaves, something big and heavy approaching. Hearts pounded in their throats as they turned and saw a terrifying creature, tall and covered in black fur, with red eyes emitting an ominous glow. "Run, Tim, run," Mother shouted, squeezing his hand and darting towards the most open space in the forest. They ran through bushes and branches, feeling fear breathing down their necks. But the creature was faster. It was approaching, emitting a growl that sent fear into their souls. They ran, not looking back, until they finally burst into the open space. In the distance, they saw the light of a lantern flickering in the darkness like a beacon in the ocean. They ran towards it, not stopping until they reached safety. When their fears subsided and they could breathe normally, they told their terrifying experience to the people who came to their aid. But when they returned to the forest the next day to find their lost mushrooms, no traces of the terrifying creature were found. Since then, Mother and Tim never ventured into the forest without a compass and a flashlight. And although they never could explain what the creature with the red eyes was, their adventure remained forever in their memories as a real nightmare.